Good evening. Yeah. Do it.
That's what you get for blasting people with a bunch of information and then starting. See, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, sir. And you're like, ooh, here's what I fucking did. Motherfucker.
So I expect this to be a fun part 2 of the Red Writ.
The Red Writ.
I feel like I said
If you
the
guys
Red Writ a
don't
bunch of
know,
times.
if you guys don't know, we are Hulker.
We are DreadLore. We are a role-playing system where we use our character traits to gain a bit of control over the fiction. If a task is opposed and particularly difficult, they might have to throw down. Throw down.
To throw down.
Tonight's game is the Red Writ.
Oh, Red Writ.
Red Writ.
Red Writ.
The people you see here, with the exception of one, are players. The other one is the arbiter. We are sponsored by all lowercase letters and our music is all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. Our sponsor is broccoli. Eat it.
I feel like our sponsor's bourbon.
Thank you so much, Hulker. We have Patreon people. Hey, Patreon people. I need a new Ember mug. Help. Buy me an Ember mug. It's got coffee in it. But it's not hot because the battery is dying. It's too old. I need to do it.
And it needs a lid that fits.
Hey, listen, you. We're playing the Red Writ.
The Red Writ.
Red Writ.
This is a game we've been playing for a while. As we will start again, this is part 2. You guys have tranced Levas, at least her mummy, her aspect of greatness, throwing one of her prized possessions, a ring, into the mausoleum. Levas has given up her, for a moment, has given up her exodus of the mausoleum, distracted, gone back in, and Leah, stepping on the pressure plate, the mausoleum door closes, and Levas is sealed back in. You all have accomplished the goal for someone. Sealing Levas back into her mausoleum. Who would have wanted that?
Onus?
As these thoughts may be playing in your mind, or not.
Yeah,
you find yourself...
Now that you say this, the Reddit would have liked that.
You mean thinking about it? Standing outside. Go on.
We're all standing outside this hole that
that's where you all are.
I spent a lot of attributes on.
Yep. Oh, you guys are back at this hole, which Nord is really all about keeping open.
I don't.
Although,
In the hole.
to Nord's credit, it is the only, as far as you know, the only passage back into the place that Loretta Levon and her fell circle of doom is actually at. So, yeah, that's where you are. Actions on you, it's a montage. In the event you have any advancements, you can spend them.
So, can Rebecca, just give me the key. I mean, just...
I'm not giving you the key.
This
is my key. I get to use this key. She gave it to me. If you want it, as you see her hide it, you're gonna have to get it.
Oh, I'm gonna get it. I was thinking maybe we did the wrong thing.
What?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
if I mean, think about. Let's revisit this whole idea as I'm working on my circles, trying to keep this ground from caving in, because that's what I do now. It's my life goal. You know how, like, do you think that, like, Levas and the Retta, are they on the same side? Because do you think,
In all fairness, if we just stop all of these, stop every ritual, we don't need, doesn't matter whose side they're on, but other people getting power that shouldn't have power, I think that that's what we should do. Keep the balance
stop
equal
all the power?
with nobody having any power.
A vote. I guess. What do you think, Mariah? Stop. Like what Simon said. Is that good?
Mariah looks at you like a 15-year-old who's asked by like a 40-something what to do. She's like, really, dude?
He's
lot
on a lot of drugs.
I've done a lot of drugs. Like, I'm on a.
She looks around since you're giving Mariah the narrative, as she's like looking around. I mean, shit.
That was bad. She was bad, right?
She looks over at Ibo, who kind of like shrugs. I mean, I hate to say it, but Detroit sucks. She looks over at Leah.
Yeah, there's
I mean, Mom, you wanted to leave and find a place that was better off. I mean, you see her kind of like thinking like a teenager would.
I'm sorry. You know, cult rituals weren't exactly on the travel destination, itinerary list.
Detroit's a
And
nice
she kind of
city.
shrugs. I mean, honestly, like, America's fucked. Like, that's what it seems like. I mean, it's, maybe things were better in your all's time in the 60s, in the 70s. But this is the
60s were
80s,
great.
man. This is the 80s, okay? And it just seems like the way things are going with Reagan and, the Soviet, the Red Scare, man.
Are you
I'm
sure
just
she's
gonna
not my
tap
kid?
out, man?
She sounds like my kid. You're doing something right, Leah.
I guess.
It's just going to get worse. So why even try? I mean, here we are.
Why try? We try to protect people like Gabby and your other friend that I can't remember her name right now.
Well, that would have worked had you remembered her name.
Yeah.
Annabelle, I think is her name.
Annabelle, Brute.
To protect those and to protect people like you. That's why we try.
And she turns and says, Simon, I know you want to try, but sometimes from what I've learned,
Hey,
things are far too gone. I mean, if Loretta Laban or whatever her name is, she like waves her hand at Leah. If she wants to do rituals and powers and everybody's all about it, who cares? Let's just leave.
Well, we
We
can't
can leave.
No, we can't.
As you see Ibo kind of look over and you see him smoking his pipe. He's watching what happens with you all.
We can't. We
Leah
can't.
kind of crosses her arms and says, "Leave and go where? Exactly."
we can't leave if they summon like a Leviathan. I mean that we can't kill a Leviathan. That would just eat up all. It's like Godzilla. You remember Godzilla?
I'm going to be honest. Being dead's pretty nice.
Yeah. Not
Mariah does
everybody
not
gets
seem
to
to
be
have
dead.
any
Some
answers
people
for you
stay
all.
dead when they die. Go ahead.
Um,
I already said it.
We need to protect the people. And I know I don't want you down in harm's way. But yeah, if this is what it takes, and maybe I don't make it back, I'm gonna
Right.
do it.
Don't listen to any of them. The world is about knowledge. It doesn't matter. You know, you lose some, you win some, but the more you know, the more you figure out, the more you play, the more you the more you try and care and find something to love, the better off you are. You know, we're in a bad way, but you know, what else are we gonna do?
As you all sit there talking to Mariah, her obviously having that youthful angst, seeing the futility of the immediate, you all feeling, I can't tell you how you feel, but I can tell you how it feels to be old. You realize all the bullshit and the angst that you feel then reflected on the youth who don't have that experience. There is actually a reason to give a shit. There is a reason that you get mad. There is a reason that you still keep going. There's a reason you still rage against the night. Because when it comes down to it, you all have the experience. You all actually do care. You got something to fight for. So, you're standing above this crevasse. This is between you all. You got Mariah there. You've got Ibo who's watching. It is obvious that he has been through this many times. It's obvious that Ibo, he's not judging you per se. It's more he's waiting to see what does this group do. This is not his first rodeo, it's obvious. So he's on your side depending on what you do. If you go for it, he's going to go with you. That's obvious. Rebecca, stalking around. She's kind of a non-answer. She's ready to go wherever Nord goes, unless Nord does something absolutely ridiculous. Mariah has shown you have the option of walking away. But it's pretty obvious that all of you are invested in what happens here. You've sacrificed too much to just walk away.
Yeah.
You actually do care. So, actions on you all. What are you all doing?
Leah marches straight up to Mariah and gets like right down in her face, and actually she'll grab the collar of her shirt and pull her towards her. And
At
say,
that point, you see Simon tense up some because he knows you're not Leah.
Give her a spanking. She deserves it.
Fair enough. Leah sort of yanks her and gets in her face and says, Mariah, sometimes you have to fight for your right to party. She'll actually get like a smirk on her face and sort of and shove her back a little bit. No,
It's obvious she doesn't get the joke because she's too young.
That's fair.
That's good advice, Leah.
And
Let's go party.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'll hold this as long as I can.
You know, going.
And I'll look at
And Leah
Rebecca
starts going down the hole.
I'll look at
All
Rebecca
right,
and
goes
it's like,
down the hole.
we'll follow you up the rear, and give us a shout, I guess, when you're there.
Rebecca drops in after Leah.
Oh, Rebecca.
Wait,
I was,
wait,
what,
All right. Mariah, do you want to go with us?
She's considering.
I think you should, but stay behind me.
You see for the first time, Simon, doubt in her eyes as she eyes you and Ibo. Ibo has said something that's garnered her attention. She kind of nods at you. Yeah, I'll follow along.
Stay back and try not to get hurt. I will do my best to watch over you. And I will start to head down the hole as long as she's following after.
Are you going head first?
I would go feet first. Because
Feet first?
down hole, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's kind of more sliding down the hole.
Sure. So Leah is in front. Rebecca is after, unless you all are bidding her not to, or bidding for her not to. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Rebecca is down. Simon is after. Simon, you kind of stop waiting on Mariah as she says, go on, I'll follow up.
Okay. I just go slow and try and...
As you're going down the hole, Leah...
Be careful, it's really steep.
Leah, are you feet first or head first?
Oh, feet first.
Feet first. Rebecca's head first. And she's like, come on, go on. Like just egging you on like a driver, like right on your ass.
You probably need some light.
I can see everything. All right. Tony and Nord.
Tony, after you. Ibo, after you. I'm just going to hold this as steady as possible until everybody's down, and I guess I'll go down last.
Yes. Yeah.
It'll only hold a few minutes, I think. I don't know. But it's just good that I keep doing this, I think.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll go through, and I can circle on the other side.
Head or feet?
Feet first.
This is a scene that really it would have benefited from having Punksicle here. So I have to do my best. Caveat. Nord, as everyone's gone, but you and Ibo. Describe what you're doing.
Just kind of carving some runes. I'm not listening to like fast-paced disco, but definitely a little music in my brain. Maybe some serenade, kind of like an old love song is, but so it's sort of longer, deliberate strokes. I did a bump, and so I'm kind of in it, but and I look at him. What's going on, man?
Standing there, hanging out as he does. Crows going. You see his eyes just black like crows. He's staring at you, looks down at the hole, looks back up. I assume you want me to go first.
Oh, well, I'm just keeping the structure, like there was a bomb that went off, and there was a fissure, and it's really loose dirt. I think it's shale, so it's super sandy. So if I keep doing this, it's gonna keep.
You see him like looking at you
the
as
ground
you're talking. You can tell he's not really listening to what you're saying.
Caving in. But if you're worried about getting back in the gloaming, we have 2 keys, so we can get out and maybe send you somewhere as well. You don't have to come with us.
Time.
What are you talking about?
Every so often, you all come through here.
We've been in and out of here a couple of times. It's not a place I want to be. The place I live in, there's no magic. You know, we have television and Hollywood.
There's always
and
magic. There's always science and alchemy, however you want to say it.
They did put some people on the
Kind
moon
before.
with a spaceship.
3 points. I met you.
What?
Not you, but I met you.
Me? I don't know you.
You're right. But I know who you are. You see him like packing his pipe again. People still going down the hole. Nord, there's a sense of whatever Ibo is. Mariah's still there.
Mariah, you should probably go in, go on and follow Simon. He's a good man, and I know you guys connect on a lot of different levels, and everything is weird all the time. But you know, it's like I don't know much.
You know who you are?
But when you trust somebody,
There's someone who wants to win.
well, or die trying. I mean, it's really justice is what I want. And when I see as many people die needlessly for no fucking reason, no reason. I mean, to be sacrificed to gods, it is intolerable. And we're just pawns, sure, playing a game or whatever. I don't really know much about this. Is all new to me. I've been studying this all my life, and it was fiction. It was not real. But what made it real was the blood and the death and the destruction and the needlessness. I mean, it's not a world that I want to live in. I want to live in where it's in books and it's not real.
You see Ibo just staring at you. Mariah too. She's not moving.
But I travel the world because I want to know. I want to understand why people do the things they do. I want to understand what the point of all of this is. I never could have imagined there's another realm. This is. I mean, I've embraced it, but my life needs to be in a library. That's where I want to be to understand the way things work. I'm not an adventurer. I mean, yeah, I do lots of drugs and I zing and zang and zap and all of that stuff, but you know, it's when people are being needlessly murdered for no reason, that's when you stand up and do something.
You see Ibo just sitting there with his swords and whatnot, his bow hanging on his back, waiting for you to finish. Mariah, being a teenager, is just sort of looking back and forth between you two. As you see the magical energy moving, Nord, what do you bid to keep this fissure open?
I'm going to bid touched by the veil to activate my scroll of runes.
You do recharge the runes as they mend themselves and the hole stays open. The fissure stays open.
Look,
so it
we
doesn't
don't
crush your friends.
We don't have a lot of time, and I think Simon was right. Our world isn't ready for gods, not real gods. I mean, everybody says they listen to gods and they do all these things based on gods, but I don't think they hear it. I think they're just doing it to do it. But I'd rather be in that world where gods are pretend.
So why don't you go back there?
I'm waiting for you. I'm going to follow my friends, but I'm giving them time. And I'm putting myself at risk. This cave will probably cave in. I'm not good at this. I don't know if you think I'm some big magician, but this is the first bit of magic that I ever did. And you know what made it work? it was this, and I pull out like a patch of something. This made it work. It was the chemical. It was a balance. It was a connection of different things. Magic is just, it's just technology you don't understand.
Kind of nods. I can keep this fissure open for you.
Okay.
Go on.
Well, thank you. Mariah, we need to go with our friends.
Mariah kind of looks at
we're not, we get our strength from our friends, and without them we're alone, and I've been alone most of my life. And then
Mariah
it's not
looks
fun.
up at you as she sort of looks back and forth. After you've said all that you've said, you see something cross in front of her eyes. As she looks down at the fissure, you can tell, Nord, she's thinking of her mom. And there's a darkness that crosses her eyes as she realizes that her mom's not her mom anymore. Her mom told her that. As she thinks of Simon, and you see her to kind of take a step forward and stop as she looks up at you. Nord, I don't think you're right. I think you're afraid. I'm not afraid. I want to see. She looks directly up at the violet sky. I want to see what's
I'm gonna
out there.
big counterpoint.
Okay.
Mariah, don't look up there. That is not good.
How do you stop her?
I take my hat and I like put it over her eyes.
You do?
Mariah, yeah, we don't look up there.
She kind of struggles against it, but
you're right.
You get it. I want to see as she sort of does this. You notice Ibo doesn't do anything at all.
We don't look up there. Your mom might be gone.
Just,
That's true. Your dad is gone. Everything you knew is gone. But I know somebody who loves you and who will never leave you. And that's Simon. And he'll be there.
I don't want to be scared of everything, Nord.
You won't be. Everything is going to calm down after this. This is the pinnacle. This is the moment we've all been kind of moving towards for the last, it seems like a year, maybe a year and a half, but it's only been 3-4 days. You don't want...
All right. Go on.
Yeah. When
Okay.
you have... Yeah.
So, vote. Tony, Simon, Leah. There's 3 of you. So there cannot be an equal vote. What does Mariah do? Does she go in the hole or does she stay out? Does Nord's, does what he says hit with her or does she go away from him? It's up to you guys. Go.
She
I'm gonna
goes
say
in the hole.
this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hole. All right. As Tony, what do you vote for?
I would have voted she went into the hole.
All right. Unanimous. As Nord, how do you convince Mariah? You say what you do, but what seals the deal?
I don't know. I don't know the
Leia.
future. But, you know, whatever's left of your mom is there. And I know you need a last word with her. You can't leave things left unsaid. You'll think about this for the rest of your
She
life.
starts crying and she hugs you, Nord, around the waist. 15 years old. She's a little taller. And you feel her heaving against you as you realize her heart has hardened so much in the last 3 days / 1 year. But you've reached her. As she nods, and as she goes into the fissure, there's a moment where she looks over at Ibo, who hasn't moved, still smoking, watching her. She gives her a little nod. It's hard to know what that means. Is it a confirmation? Okay, that's your choice. Is it I'll see you later? You don't know. He does nothing else as Mariah goes into the fissure. And it's you and Ibo.
Ivo,
Looks. Go on.
you know, you do something with this girl now, she'll remember you and she'll want to hang out. And she'll want to do great things, bigger things than I'll ever do. But, you know, you just stay up here at the top and let us do whatever it is, she'll forget you. And who knows where she'll be. You want to be a memory, don't you?
It's not about that.
No,
Nord.
I don't know. Okay. Well, she's going to do amazing things. I've wasted my whole life. I hope to put her on the right direction.
No,
But if
you've
this is
all,
it-
as Ibo will talk, he says, you've all done amazing things, more than you probably ever thought you would. And I'll follow behind. We'll close this fissure behind us. Because we don't want something from the gloaming getting into wherever you all are from. I can keep it open behind me. So stop what you're doing and head in.
All right. Well, I'll move as fast as I can.
Don't worry about it.
And I'll get down. All right. Thanks, sir.
As Nord, you start in. A few moments later, the tunnel, the fissure, fills with mist as you see Ibo behind you. The fissure closing behind him. As Nord, I'm going to give you a choice. Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
You can make a sanity roll. The threshold is very high. Legendary high, actually. Sanity roll means you understand something. It means Nord is beyond the realms. If you don't do the sanity roll, you will gain something very beneficial for this campaign. If you do the sanity roll and you succeed, you're in the realms. It's up to you.
Well,
10 seconds.
you know, there are things that we're not supposed to do. And seeing beyond is not my goal. You know, the goal is right here and right now. So I'm not going to roll.
Okay. As you move down, you see the fissure close. Nord, you get to gift something to your fellow players. Roll a d4.
No. That's a 2. But I'm going to spend a proficiency to change that. Just because I got some.
Can also do breath if you want to go limbo.
I rolled a 2 again.
Andrea's like, no.
One more. I got a 4.
All right. Everyone gains 1 aspect point. However, Nord, you designate without conversation who gets what.
It's easy. Tony gets all of it. Or not Tony.
No,
Simon
you
gets
get
all
one,
of it.
one, 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 one. One, 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 one.
Oh, 111. We all get something.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, dang.
So you don't get to choose your own stuff. Everyone else. What does Tony get?
Tony gets a heartbeat. He gets life back.
Brawn, wits, mind, or grace? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it. Tell him.
Mind.
Okay. Get one +1 to mind.
All right.
What about Simon?
He gets 1 to brawn.
Okay. Leah.
1 to grace.
All right. You get to choose your own.
Well, I would like to have my mind dice back.
Okay.
So that's wonderful.
What are you guys at? Anyone go over 6?
No.
Okay. Your aspect raised that much. So if you got a brawn or a mind, that means your plot armor just went up. Okay.
Okay.
If you got wits or grace, your cunning just went up. Mark it. New scene.
Whoa.
As you guys move down. Leah, you were first. You move
For
into
what?
the fissure. You see this jagged fissure opening. Into it, this wide round room. It's opaque with energy, magical energy, fluxing. But you can sort of see through. There's some beds, looks like 6, 3 on either side, this roundish room. Runic circles, billowing energy from the ground, just fluxing, whoop, 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 as something has happened in here. Figures, you can see some shadows. You can see in the middle of the room, Loretta Lervan in her acolyte robes, covered in energy. You know that directly going toward her, you'll go through the tidal wave of energy. So there's the 6 beds. There's the runic circles on the floor. Something are on the beds. Beyond that is a door. That all rhymed. What are you doing?
Is she looking our way at all?
No.
Leah will get down low and try and get behind, something between her and Loretta.
What do you bid?
Masad.
You go left or right?
Leah will go right.
As you go right around the room, you get behind the second bed. You can see that the hand leaning over, it's skeletal, as the flesh and ethos that's on it is being supped up, gone. Behind you is who? Rebecca.
That was
Rebecca is right behind you. What the fuck? You hear her say.
Leah will turn and sort of, do a swipey motion at her neck and tell her to come over, like hand gesture her to come over.
She does.
To her.
Rebecca comes up to you. She says, the room feels alive. It's red and orange, just energy moving up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The seals on the ground are obviously active. As Rebecca, for the first time, you see her concerned as she looks at you and she says, all right, something's happening here.
Yeah, no shit.
What's the plan?
The plan is to wait till everyone gets here. We're going to have a single shot at this, because if we don't kill her in the first go, I don't think we're going to have a chance.
You see Rebecca sort of like sensing. She looks back at you. I can't quite tell, but she seems like she knows where we are.
Maybe. But either way, we're not. You and I aren't going to be able to stop her alone.
As you see her turn, there's something else. As you can't see because you're hidden. Okay. Behind Rebecca, who?
It was me. So Simon comes up out of the hole and he steps to the side, hunkers down, and waits.
Left or right?
He steps to the left.
Okay.
Just to the, literally just to the left of the hole, and waits for Mariah.
Behind one of the beds?
No, he scoots over. If she's not looking this way, he's crouched down, but he's not right behind a bed. He's trying to stay out of line of sight, but...
Okay, so you are in line of sight unless you're behind a bed.
Okay, then he'll go up to the bed. Sorry.
Well, no, that's a good point, because Nord went to the back left. So in this scheme of things, you're actually here. So yeah, you guys will arrive right behind a bed. That's a good point. Okay.
Right.
You wait. After Simon, Tony.
It's Tony.
You pop out, you see Simon. As I described it, go. Between you two.
I made it. Shh. What's going on?
We've got to stop this, but let's get everybody in first.
Who's that?
That's the Redder.
Oh, really? Yeah?
Yeah. Be quiet. Get out of the doorway so that others can get in.
Oh.
If
Yeah,
you want
okay.
to reload, you should reload.
Yeah, let me reload.
You should probably reload.
My,
Go ahead and bid to reload if you're loaded up.
my
Do I
blood.
need to reload? Wait, hold on. Do I need to reload my ttrpg crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know really how it worked, but
Afterwards,
right.
Tony, you pop out. You see what you do. You start reloading if you bid.
No.
You're coming down behind Mariah. Mariah pops out. You see Simon and Tony, tears, Leah as well. Maybe some regret as she looks up at you guys. She doesn't have the words to say the fact that she was going to abandon you.
I just put my hand out for her.
You can bid or throw down to know that. It's up to you. Decide now. 3,
I'll bid.
2. Okay.
Yeah, I'll bid.
What do you bid? Know the truth.
I'll bid my wits.
Okay, your wits you got to throw down.
Sorry, great.
You cannot
Sorry,
bid
I
now.
meant throw down. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Okay, go ahead and throw down.
I'm just bidding observant.
Okay, Leah, it's bid or throw down, so you just need 1 success.
Okay, well, it was 3 successes.
Oh, you have a narrative point.
Cool.
So when you see her and you realize she was absolutely willing to leave you because of what you are, narrative on you. Go.
Leah will.
And
kind
for
of
some
look away.
reason she came down here, because of either Ibo or Nord.
Yeah. Leah will look away from her for a second, and then look back and give her like a short and slow nod, just sort of like, I understand. It's we like she'll they'll be kind of and it's hard to explain, like a look in her eyes, like we'll talk about this later kind of thing, but like she understands why Mariah feels weird about it.
Okay, because there may not be a later.
Not true. Yeah, fair enough.
You have to describe it. At the very least, was it Ibo or Nord that convinced her?
I'd say it was probably mostly Nord, because it seems like Ibo didn't, Oh wait, are you asking like what Leah thinks?
Leah.
Oh yeah, Leah knows that Ibo wouldn't have enough of a relationship with her to convince her of much of anything.
As you see Leah, Nord coming through, and you and Nord share a glance. What is that, you two?
You'll just see Leah mouth the words "thank you."
You'll
as
just see
you're coming through.
empathy. Just like, oh fuck. Just fuck.
Simon, same thing for you. As Mariah shares this intense glance with her mother, and then Nord coming through, what is it for you? Because you see her she does look at you.
Yeah. I just put, like I said, I put my hand out.
She grabs it.
And I'm like, and it's a shake. Say you're here.
Simon, you will know she was going to leave. She was going to abandon you.
Yeah. But
And everyone. And then Nord comes through, and you can tell that Nord is the reason he convinced her not to. As you see her sort of look at you all and nod.
I whisper, you're here now.
I love role-playing games. Okay. As Ibo comes through, the fissure closes. And you hear Loretta Levon. She knows you're here, right? Now, I remember you guys have a dread point. I'm not saying you should use it right now. But
She is the BBEG.
I will say, once I say these things, they cannot be undone. So, these things are going to be said now.
Do we want to use the BBE or the dread point against the BBEG?
You can wait. You can wait. It'll just get worse.
I don't know if we need to do it, but when I step in, everybody's hiding behind there, and I'm gonna attract everybody. I'm gonna step in, but I'm not gonna conceal myself, and I'm gonna bid something really stupid that I definitely should not bid, which is greater break to take my focus from burning to luminous, and I'd be like, Loretta, hey,
Describe it.
and I got like little like I probably
Describe
this
the
time
whole
because
scene.
I've done it too many
The whole
times.
scene. Go. The whole scene. Do it.
I have a static electricity, and I'm trying to like distract from them. So I'm glowing. I step out into the middle of the room, way away from them, because I know that she has an area of influence. I don't think Lavas was too happy with what you were doing, taking we were gonna come with her, I think, but we thought she'd be better off sleeping, because you don't want to wake up gods. Gods are bad to wake up.
Nor as you do this, Loretta Levon turns and focuses on you. Tony, roll me a d4.
Three.
And while I'm luminous, I'm gonna put my camera on auto flicker, so it's strobing.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
you can start to do that, but you've already sort of started your action.
Yeah.
As you see, as Nord, you're starting to like fondle with your camera and turn that on. Okay. Mechanics down.
Cunning.
The fissure closes. In the room, you all see 6 desiccated or almost completely desiccated corpses. Based on the D4 that Tony just rolled, they're almost desiccated, almost sucked dry. There's a tinge. Those of you that have on your sheet a scroll of magicka, you gain something. If you have this, you gain something. You gain a flaw. Blood sense.
Ooh.
And you gain a magical control of the scroll you wish. So if you only have one scroll, that's what it is. It starts at 1, we go to 2, 3, 4, etc. So you gain that trait. Those of you that do not have any magicka, you gain magical control. So you have a magic sense. You are standing on seals of binding. They're pulsing. You can feel them like a rave, like in your sternum. You can feel your organs. This is uncomfortable, even for golems or saints. As the energy pulses through you, Loretta Levon turns. You can tell she is almost at apotheosis. Nord. She's becoming a god. That's her goal. She's not yet there because Tony rolled a 3 and not a 5 on a D4. But she's fucking close. As she burns at you and radiates, be mine. As she sucks
Can we spin
all
cunning
the
yet?
luminescence from. I'm sorry?
Can we spin cunning?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I would
I
like
guess
to
I'll spend cunning, yeah.
Yep.
I would like to spin cunning.
And I will also spend. I'm also going to be spending the cunning for Rebecca as well.
Good. So Rebecca is active on this cunning round. Is everybody cool with bidding Rebecca?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's her second. Is anyone bidding Ibo?
Yeah.
I'll
I'll
bid
spin
Ibo.
You
cunning
probably
for
should.
Ibo.
Yeah.
You don't. Okay. Cool. So Ibo is going. Cool. You've got Ibo. You've got Rebecca. Anyone doing Mariah for cunning?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm keeping her
So
behind me though.
you all tell me what's up.
I'm
right,
gonna.
You see
So-
Loretta Levon pulling forth the luminescence.
I'm gonna.
Here's the
bid-
thing, Nord.
Yep.
She is siphoning off. You can't help it. She's
fine.
drinking it. You can't help it. She's drinking your power as you realize you're standing in the seals of binding. 6 of them. What's the threshold? 10.
Fuck.
She's sucking that shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna bid.
Just gaining strength from that shit. Okay.
I'm gonna.
go.
I'm gonna spend a breath, and I'm gonna bid Scroll of Death Milk to perceive the souls of all 6 people in this room, and have some control over their consciousness and.
All right, this is big medicine.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
That's big medicine.
Well, you just gave me a gross power over this instead of a humble. So I mean,
I want you to think about it. What you want out of this. So
yeah.
We'll deal with everyone else. Think about it.
Yeah.
Go.
So Leah hands 2 grenades to Rebecca and says, "How's your? Have you ever pitched a softball before?
What'd you say?
Have you ever pitched a softball before?"
I pitch hardball, bitch. And you see her like grab it like this and fucking launch one.
No, Leah will grab it like as she's.
You see Loretta like, ah! Just get hit with a grenade. It doesn't blow up.
As she sees Rebecca kind of wind up, she'll grab her arm. "No, I need you to pitch this. Pull the pin and pitch it at her feet."
Oh. Okay.
And as I see Rebecca start to pitch one, Leah, as soon as I see it leave her hands, Leah will stand up and point her last rune round at Loretta's heart.
What do you bid and throw down?
I bid precise.
Okay. Throw down.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me in a minute. The rest
Yes.
of you. Nord, remember, think about all these souls.
Yeah.
You
A
have
called shot.
some
A called shot's an extra D6.
chaos die, yes.
Yeah.
If it rolls a 1, it fails.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes.
The closest. So, are the runes? Are the things that the bodies are on? Are they inside where the runes are, or are they like on the edge of the runes?
They're inside it. It's pretty. Are you bidding?
Well, I'm going to bid power through, because what I want to try to pull one of the bodies off the thing outside the circle.
Okay. So, Simon, describe what you're doing as you power through and what you want to accomplish.
Okay, so I get up to, I've got Mariah behind me, and I'm like, "Be careful." And I go up to the pedestal where like the closest body is, and noticing that it's desiccated and the field, I try to reach through real quick, grab it, and jerk it off towards me to basically cut her off from it.
Okay. Simon, as you realize, the desiccated corpses of the 6, they're not fully done being sucked dry.
They're not quite sucked off.
You can pull one off if you want. Okay, here's the thing. Pros, you will diminish her. Cons, you will take a backlash of damage.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. That's
Roll a
my
D4.
action. Okay. Okay.
This is going to be made with detriment. So you roll both. You take the worst, which means the highest.
Okay. Crap. Quit hitting the other die. They were both 3s, so I take 3 damage.
So no, you don't take 3 damage.
Well, they were.
So you got a 3. You are taking 3 wounds. Now here's what happens. She drains all of your plot armor and gives you 3 wounds. Divvy it up however you want. Here's the thing. Before you mark that down,
Yeah.
what it means is the stakes are, here's a threshold. The threshold is 5. Okay? If you fail, all your plot armor is gone, and you take 3 wounds.
Okay.
Okay? Go. So throw down to resist this.
Okay.
All right, Tony.
I stand there and I gaze upon my master in awe.
This is not your master. This is Loretta Lervan. Your master says, kill her.
Bonus,
Oh, yeah.
but
Take her book. Give it to me.
she's got a book.
Oh, yeah. Take the box, too. You see there's like a cardboard box behind her with the book on it?
Well, I want that book. I'll attempt to shoot.
Good thing they
All right.
shouldn't have any boxes.
What do you bid? And what do you bid and throw down? All right, Nord, it's on you, sir.
I brazen as I am, I'm, standing perfectly still. Like, the runes are on me, and I'm almost levitating because, I've raised my level so many times, and Levas knows. And I'm not praying to Levas. I'm just saying that the gods know that I don't want their power. Like it is time and time again that it doesn't happen. And so, I've got a mind over matter more than meets the eyes. I have this scent of colors that explains to me the inner essence of the souls in the room and their past regrets and ideas that they've made maybe some bad choices to get to this point. Worshipped certain things like money over exploitation,
What did you
over
get?
personal. I got a 15. And my intent is to
Go on.
to bring these souls back from Levas to the
So,
bodies, to
You got a 15.
suck them back.
Cool. Loretta Levon sends her energy at you, Nord, as you repel it handily with the gloaming staff.
Yeah, I use
All
this.
her energy warps around it, whoop, 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 as it, like cotton candy, whips around it. You see her like gasp as you see her essence start getting caught up in it with a 15. You get a narrative point. As several of the people, sacrificial people, that are already dead, way too much time has passed. They're dead. Their energy up into your staff. As you have it behind you, Nord, you see Ibo turn and look at you.
Look, man, you can have the staff.
Oh no, you're concentrated, motherfucker.
Oh fuck!
This didn't happen in time. You can't look over your shoulder.
Yeah, no,
you're
you're right. You're
concentrated
exactly
on
right.
this fucking shit. You got 600 fucking souls sucked up into this staff.
I have 100. I have a lot of people in my staff. I got a lot of
You
minds
don't
happening.
notice Ibo.
I don't
You
notice
don't notice
anybody.
him.
You were exactly
Do you
right.
notice him? How do you notice him?
I don't. You're right. I don't notice fucking anything. You know where I am?
I have a feeling you're
Everything
paying
is
attention to
white.
Ron.
I don't even notice
Sucking up energy.
I think with a roll like that, I'm sitting at a table. Everything is white. you know, the lady of the veil and I are having tea. You know, we're sitting at this table. There's like a little flower. The table is painted in white. It's a metal table. It's really heavy. I like knock into it, and I'm surprised that it doesn't move around. The chair is really heavy. Like everything is really heavy, and it's the best tea I've ever had. Like seriously,
Okay.
the tea of souls.
I love it. Tea of Souls. Bad guy turn.
Wait. I still have to. Do we still have to do our finish our rolls?
Do it.
Okay, because I got 5 successes to hit.
Oh, you hit.
I got
That's a
6.
limbo. 5 is the threshold.
Okay, I can add in also Mantle of the Chosen.
Okay. You hit.
And that will be
Threshold 5. So if you get 5 or more, if you get 6, clean success, roll damage. 5 is half damage. Tell me what it is.
It is.
This is for you and Simon.
I got 6.
Okay. So that's
So
damage plus 1.
I got
if you're
I got a total of
attacking.
6 also. I got 6 damage as well.
Okay. Simon, yes.
I was pulling the body off.
Yeah.
So
Pulling the body off. Okay.
yeah.
As you're like, get that body off.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
What would I roll damage on that?
I'm talking Leah.
Oh,
Oh, I got 6 damage.
Oh, 6 damage. These are runic bullets, yeah?
Yeah.
Boom! As you see Loretta Levon take a hit. Ah! Blood spewing forth. As she is hurt, she kind of stumbles, looking up, sucking the soul out of Nord as you see her being sucked into Nord's staff. Meanwhile, Simon pulling off one of the bodies. Fuck you!
About this time, that grenade should also be rolling to her feet.
You mean
Rebecca.
who's? Oh, Rebecca's?
Rebecca. Yeah.
Tossing. Roll damage.
That was 3d6 plus 1. So that is a total of 10 damage. No, 11 damage. Sorry.
As you see her splintering, it doesn't deal much because it's mundane damage. As the bad guy goes, a torrent within the room. Nord's staff sucking the energy. A gaping hole where Simon has pulled one of the bodies. Ibo pulling an arrow. All right. This is the moment in the game. How much time do we have?
Like, how much longer can we play? I probably should end fairly soon.
Then this is a very good moment. As Ibo is pulling this brilliant arrow, and we stop. As the bad guy is about to go, Loretta Levon is casting runes. Something is happening. And this is where we end. Big fuck all medicine. Hopefully next time we can have a Shandor. That'd be really
That'd
good.
be pretty cool.
So, this is where we end.
Hell yeah.
Who wants to lead us out?
I will.
Do it.
This has been the Red Writ.
The Red Writ.
All right.
The Red Writ.
The cast: Ken Howl, Drizzle, Andrea Elliott-Johnson, myself, Daniel Halker, and the Arbiter, Bill Bunkum, who just stepped away from the screen.
He's out.
Thanks, music, all lowercase letters, and Mr. Interrupt. Thank you to our Patreon peeps, Nostalgic, Natalia Cline, Tim Roberts, and Daniel Halker.
Daniel Halker.
Thanks, Couchfire Media for media production. Thanks, Trarible, for all that you do. Thank you, Broccoli. Eat it. And I think that about does it.
Cool
That does
beans.
it. See you next
Well, we
time.
will see you next time, people.
Thanks,
Red
everyone.
Stay cool.